inclusive,
positivity,
brilliant,
friendship,
amazing,
opportunity, lovely, inspiring.
definitely. I'm from England and the school is a city school in Leeds. We have around about 450 pupils, many of which are local, so they travel on foot to school, but some of which come from the surrounding area. They might travel by car or by bus.
I am from Latvia and I am from Balvi Primary School. It's a big and very beautiful school and there are 464 students in our school.
We are from Bulgaria and our school is in a town in Bulgaria, Pernik, and our school is the modern one, the European one, and we love our school and our students love too.
We are from Spain and our school is a group rural school. It is divided into 3 different sections, 3 different small schools in 3 different small villages in the same region, and we have about in total 150 students and 24 teachers.
So we're from Sweden, from a little town in the north of Sweden, and we have a school for from 6 up to 16 years, about 270 pupils.
We are from Poland. Our school is really small. We have only 65 students.
Well, we are from Czech Republic, especially from Moravian city Brno. It's a city in the South Moravia with approximately 360 inhabitants. We are a big school. We have 651 students.
We wrote the bid here 3 years ago and we wanted to get countries together, sharing experience, sharing pedagogy, talking about and hoping that our children would see that they can learn without limits, geographical limits, without limits on their abilities and on their educational background. So we've explored that in different countries. But I think that's very loose really, and that kind of holds it together. But actually, I think for every country there's so much more that they get out of it that isn't written into the bid in the first place.
When I started here, I'd got no idea what Erasmus was. It was a real new concept and I don't know of any other primary school that has done anything like this. So I was really excited by it. I think the benefits for the children are just amazing. I think to take primary school children away and to have that experience of a different country, not in a tourist area, somewhere that's completely native and shows the country in its rawness as well is really important. And I think that the staff as well, how much the staff develop and taking them out of the comfort zones as well. I think you can get very insular and taking them out of the comfort zone and seeing something different has been amazing. And it's something that I would certainly look for again and want to continue.
To Poland. Poland, will you wave?
Okay, for them it has been a great opportunity to meet new people and know firsthand other countries. Otherwise, they could have been impossible for them to have such an opportunity. So they have learned lots of things according to different aspects. They have met people, they have learned about different foods. So on the whole, that's been incredible for them.
They will remember forever their friends without limits, and I hope that they will remember to be positive.
They learned a lot about countries, but I think the most important thing that they learned is communication skills and positivity.
Well, they've learned lots about different countries and different cultures, and also for lots of children it's the first time they've been away from home or abroad, so they really learn that skill of independence.
I think many of our children are very local and haven't travelled extensively, and I think having been part of the Erasmus project has actually made the world a lot smaller for them. I think they now feel that they themselves could travel further and be part of a bigger community than just Leeds or even just England. And I think many of them now think that the world is their oyster, which is just brilliant.
Our pupils are more motivated to study English now. It was a great experience for teachers. We have gained many interesting ideas, experience, a lot of friends. We can share our ideas, and of course teachers and pupils were traveling. They saw many interesting places. They find out many things. It was very useful for all of them.
I think that they will remember that friendship is without limit and learning is without limit too.
I would hope they'd have the confidence to go to any country after what we've shown them, and I would hope they would have the ambition to pass on their knowledge and their confidence to their own children and their own family. And I would hope that they would see Europe and the Europeans as exactly the same as us. That's what I'd hope they'd pass on.
Well, I think that the main thing that they have learned is that they can travel around the world and talk to another people and make new friends and speak with a language that they know. I think that this is the key to success, to really know why I'm learning English.
Well, we hope that they remember that they went abroad, and that's when they were so young, because not many children in Spain go abroad when they are 11 years old. And then we hope that they remember that the villages were open arms to other countries.
So in Spain, all the children went to school at the same time. So nurseries went from 9 until 3. And then it was just the same with year 1, year 2, year 3. And in Bulgaria, you could go to school whenever you want. You don't have to go to school.
I think going abroad with primary school is a great thing because you get to learn about new cultures, and if you haven't been on like a plane before or abroad, you get to have that experience.
Well, yeah, I do think it's a great thing that primary school children get to go abroad because no other schools have the opportunity, and you get to learn loads of things about all different cultures in different countries.
I learned that in Bulgaria they can leave school at whatever time they want to, and in Spain there's only maybe 15 in each class.
My favourite thing when we went to Bulgaria was that we went to the rosewater factory and we got to learn how rosewater was made, and we got to take some home.
Oh, my favourite thing in Czech Republic was when we went to the caves and we looked around, and where the caves were like in the forest, and we got to sit in like a mini cinema and watch a movie that educated us about the forest.
And another one of my favourite parts was when we went to the coal mines in Bulgaria, and we all went in, and it was like really creepy.
They can try new foods, they can meet new people, maybe have a pen pal, new friends, have fun. Maybe a bit too much.
If I had the opportunity to go abroad again, I would immediately take it.
Yeah, because it's a lifetime and an opportunity, and it's really fun, and you have a good time with your friends.
There are many areas of benefits. At first, the feeling of friendship with the other countries in that project. And from school from Leeds, we took atmosphere and feeling of cooperation and nothing feeling of all the students. And also we applicate some things to our school, for instance, assemblies. We start to make assemblies because we were absolutely happy that we can do it. So it is one thing that we do now, and also the other benefits are having friends, practicing English, and I think that's perfect project.
I think that I don't have to hope, because I will really believe that our children, they really have great memories. They met new people, made new friends, they visited some other countries, and I think that the biggest success is that they stopped being shy. They are using English to really live the life, and it's not just a school subject, but they are using it as something very important for their lives.
I think that's the staggering part. It's those informal bits that are the most important. It's the meeting, it's the greeting, it's the chatting over a coffee about what education's like and the differences between all the different countries, and it makes you realise how lucky we are for certain things. It makes you realise how unlucky we are for other things, but it puts everything into context and makes you realise that every country has got its own battles and its own problems with education, but we all actually want the best for our children.
It was a brand new experience for Harry. Harry's actually on the autistic spectrum, so it's a huge thing, a big ask for him to get on a plane with a group of people without his mum and dad there and to experience new things. But he did really, really well. School were brilliant. They supported Harry perfectly. They gave him a teacher that he's worked alongside a lot. But actually seeing different cultures, meeting different people, just being around people that spoke a different language and seeing new things was immense for Harry. But being part of that community, I think the fact that we've, as a school, we've really benefited from Erasmus over a number of years, and there is that sort of sense of belonging. So it's almost like our teachers feel they're going to meet friends, and I think that sort of it cascades down to the children, so the children feel that security and that level of warmth and family, if you like. So Harry actually went to Poland, had a brilliant time, still talks about it now, and it is well over a year ago. So yeah, he really benefited from the new experience, but also I think from feeling that security.
There's lots of benefits, I'd say, socially, meeting other countries, friendships. My son's still friends with some of the children that he went on, or that he's met on the trip. And they just grow as a person, that time away from their families and seeing how other children are growing up as well.
Okay, we have given our utmost to improve our English skills, first of all, to communicate with each other. In addition to this, we have learned from what we have seen in the different schools too. I mean, we have copied the activities we have found more interesting. So, and as for children, we have almost learned from the different countries and cultures we have visited.
We learned definitely many things, but most important, new friends, new places to visit, new photos. I like photographing myself, and definitely new life. Erasmus gave us new life.
I think we've learnt many things. One of the most important things is learning about teaching from each other. So we've been able to look around other schools and we've been inspired to try new teaching methods and to try out new things. But another big factor is visiting cities that we wouldn't otherwise visit. So going to see different cultures and places that you may not choose to visit yourself, and I know that I'll certainly be going back to some of the cities that I've visited with Erasmus.
Well, mostly they learned that our colleagues from different countries are all teachers, so we are a big family. We have the same problems, the same fun between each other, and I hope we keep the connections to our foreign friends.
I think the most important thing is that we learn that there are more similarities than differences between us, and we have the same things that we discuss, problems and joy in life.
Well, the only thing that we found as a disadvantage is that as we are a very small school, we don't get a substitute when some of our workmates go abroad for a meeting. So it is difficult for our workmates to stay at the school and mix levels and teach, even if we leave the plans. the teaching plans, they get a little bit disturbed.
No.
There are no downsides in Erasmus.
We'd have loved to have been able to take everybody on the trip with us. We've only been able to choose a selection of children, but they've been able to come back and talk about the trips that they've been on. But of course, if we could have taken everybody, that'd have been just a lot better.
Nothing. There are no downsides to Erasmus.
No downsides to the project.
No.
It's not often enough, maybe.
Well, it's not a small thing, and we've just written a new one actually, and I guess it probably took the equivalent of maybe 2 or 3 school days. You know, it's probably getting on for 15, 20 hours of work, and there are times when you think, is it worth it? And then you go on a visit with children or with adults from the country and you think, my goodness, it so is. And it's often the simple things that when I see children skipping around a Polish market and dancing to cultural music and yeah, it's the things that you can't write and you can't plan for that just make it so special. It's definitely really important that despite Brexit that we keep taking children abroad, and I very much hope that even if we can't secure any more funding, that actually we'll still take children abroad, because we are opening children's minds culturally, geographically, challenging stereotypes, and that can only happen when you actually give children the first-hand experiences of being in another country. Being the leader of the project has meant that I get to be bossy sometimes, and there are times when you have to be really quite bossy, particularly when you're having to communicate in English to people whose first language isn't English. So I think communication is one of the things that's potential stress through a 3-year project. Keeping communication lines clear and open by email in between visits, and understanding different people's cultural expectations. We're very fortunate that in our project we've been together, many of us, for a previous project, so relationships are in place, we trust each other, we speak honestly, and when somebody forgets to meet a deadline or doesn't send something they need to send, we can be actually quite honest about that. It's quite surprising how many stereotypes we as professional adults have, and almost every time we go abroad people will say, I didn't expect this, I didn't expect we'd see this in this country. And I think challenging those stereotypes about what life is like, what education's like. Certainly in the UK, we're told that Swedish schools are the way to go, and that's one of the countries we aspire to be like. And when we went to Sweden and saw the Swedish schools, we were thinking, okay, why is this so special? What makes it so good? And I think that can mean that there's some really good ideas bouncing off each other, and I think it's extremely valuable. Well, depends who asks the question. I am certain that our government would say, are we getting enough from it, and are our children learning enough maths and English? But in our school, it's really important to look at the whole child, their academic development as well as their social and personal development. And we see children gaining so much from being immersed in a different country, away from their families, that I really hope that we never lose that. I really hope.